His style is actually very distinct compared to all the other sculptors or artists in Singapore. You can identify that it's his work. He has his signature on his work. It was actually a great achievement, I must say that. It's not easy coming a long way doing that sculpture. And you finally see the sculpture standing there. Actually in all his projects too, regardless of what size. It's not as easy as it seems. While he was doing his O-level in the morning, in the afternoon he was doing his art courses at the NAFA. So after he has finished the art courses in NAFA, he went to London too and did his fine art courses at the Barhamshire. So he went to Barhamshire to do his art course, and after the 3 years, he was seconded to Bradford Regional College to do a postgraduate course in printing. And at that time, I was already working in London. We were quite happy there, but because all our friends were coming back, my daughter was born in London. She was about 2 years old. As most of our friends were already back, we decided we might as well come back. So when he came back to Singapore, he got to know Datuk Lim Chongket. That's when Chongket offered him a job to manage Alpha Gallery. That's how he got into the Singapore art scene. And after working with Alpha for about 4-5 years, he decided that the gallery has taken away a lot of his time, and decided that he wants to leave the gallery and go into full-time painting. And that was when he started on his series of the wave painting. As time goes on, he manages to get smaller projects, commissions, to do paintings like for companies. Not large ones, but smaller ones. And at that time, standard of living was cheaper. We managed, and we were happy. And he was happy doing what he had set out to do and he wanted to do. He is creative in his way to be able to meet up to the demand of the corporates that approach him for his artwork. Because sometimes they have a team, they give him a team, and he has to work his artwork around it in terms of color schemes, in terms of his creative, work. In a way, after he have done the three-dimensional wave series, he feels that it would be a good idea for him to branch out into sculpture, because he feels that in Singapore there aren't many sculptors around, and this would be one venue which I think has got a lot of good prospect for him to venture into it, and he managed to succeed in doing it, judging by the number of sculpture commissions that he did in Singapore. Well, he always says that for sculptures, you not only look at the sculptures on one angle, but for a good sculpture, you must be able to look at the sculpture as a whole, where every angle of the sculpture will look good. That's his main purpose of creating that one point. One particular sculpture at UE Square, focal point is because that particular sculpture, it can rotate around, if you notice, very slowly with a motor hidden at the base. But in this particular sculpture, you don't need to walk around to view all the angles. You just stand at one point and wait for the motor to move. Then the sculptures will, move around. You'll be able to view it at all angles. He's one person that actually monitors the project very closely by himself. So actually in most projects, the artwork was completed well before the deadline. The fabrication company that fabricate his sculptures is the company that have been fabricating his sculptures for the last 10 years, from his first sculptures to his last. So they were very used to working together, and they know his style, his format. And it's actually a big engineering company that has got a big group of good workers. In that way, he is lucky. So there was never a major hiccups with his projects. Where coming to spray painting is concerned, that was done by his brother in their family workshop. For the last 40 years that I have been married to him, every piece of work that he has done, I actually have shown interest, regardless of whether if it's a sculpture or a painting. That's how I got to know about every piece of his artwork well. It was something that interests me, and we also share our ideas, or rather he always shares his ideas and asks about my opinion. That's how I got interested in his work. Well, I have always given him the encouragement to do his work, even though life of an artist is not easy. There are a lot of setbacks, but he is fortunate in the sense that he do not have to worry about the financing of the family. He just have to be very pure and to do what he wants to do. If you see his work right from day one, how he progressed from his painting of the flat waves to the three-dimensional to the sculptures. He have kept on to his progression, right through, not having to worry about whether his work sells or not.